What's up, Delivery Fam? Welcome to another episode of the Gig App Life Podcast. I know we've been gone for a while. It feels like it's been about 2 weeks, I believe, and I missed y'all. I can't lie. I missed y'all. I know I was doing these little ride-alongs and stuff, but I missed y'all. I can't lie. All right, so y'all know I got my lovely host to my left. Say what's up.
Hello, guys. How y'all doing? What's up?
What's up? What's up, Angie Marie? What's up, Nito209, Tim M? What's up, Mr. Donk 305, Jeffrey Atkins? What's up, y'all? Whoever's watching now, watching on the replay. If you haven't done so already, I need y'all to do me a favor and hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family, because nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver just like you. So let's get that off of the screen. Okay, tonight we're going to be talking about DoorDash has a plan to go public. Now, we've been talking about this for a while, about DoorDash possibly going public at some time, but we just didn't know when. And I want to know, well, the first part of this conversation is, whether you're watching now, watching on the replay, will you invest? I know some of you bought shares of Grubhub, and I bought shares of Uber, but will you invest in DoorDash? Now, I know you don't know anything about DoorDash like that, Mrs. UDM.
No, I don't.
But from what you have heard about DoorDash, and don't get in your feelings. Think about it as a businesswoman. Okay. All right. So from what you've heard about DoorDash and their rapid growth over a short period of time, Grubhub was number one for a while. And then DoorDash just crept up and just took over. And then DoorDash bought Caviar, and now they merged the both companies together. So DoorDash seems to be some sort of monster in this food delivery game. Yeah. So with me saying that now, what would you do, Mrs. Julian? What would you do?
I would invest. I don't know if I would buy a huge amount of shares, but I would invest some, maybe $100, $200.
You would invest, or you wouldn't do okay, I guess you.
It depending on how much the shares are going for. So that's why I said $100, $200 at max. I wouldn't, invest $500 to $1,000, but I would invest a small amount to see how it grows and what it does.
Okay. All right. So basically, this conversation got started because an article was written by Bloomberg.com. All right. I'm going to put that up on the screen right now. I think I put it in the comments section down below, but if you don't see it, I'll put it towards the ending, at the ending of this video or this live broadcast. But as you see, it says DoorDash is planning a traditional IPO in fourth quarter. All right. It says food delivery business DoorDash Inc. is aiming to go ahead with an initial public offering in the fourth quarter, according to people familiar with the matter. The company is taking steps to go public in November or December, said the people, who asked not to be identified because the information was private. DoorDash, which had earlier considered going public through a direct listing, has decided to instead pursue a traditional IPO in which it would issue new shares to raise capital, the people said. Now, the whole thing is, I guess we got a truck backing up somewhere.
Beep, beep.
Okay, but just to think that that they're possibly going to go public, and the food delivery game, especially with the pandemic, do you feel like it's a bad time to go public? What do you think? Put it in the chat or in the comment section down below if you're watching on the replay. Do you feel like, with this pandemic being what it is, do you really feel like it's a good time for them to go public?
Yes and no. I would say yes, because those that can will purchase. I would say no, because people who already purchased shares before, some people have lost a good amount of money. So, they may not buy. So that's why I say a yes and a no. Some people that are going to buy shares regardless if it's a pandemic or not. So I think that's probably what they're going off of.
But it's still kind of like, to
it's
me,
risky. It's risky.
It's definitely a major risk, but there's no word on when we're gonna come out of this whole pandemic. They're saying like next year, but
Yeah, I think the market is going to take at least probably a good 5 years to recover. That's my honest opinion.
Okay.
With everything, with the stock market, jobs, unemployment, businesses, things like that, because businesses are taking out a lot of loans and things like that because they're losing significant funds too. So I think going to take at least 5 years for the country to get back to its normal state.
Now I'm going to read a few comments in the chat here. Bam Bam, welcome Bam Bam. This pandemic has boosted their revenue and will continue to. Okay. All right. Mr. Donk 305 says, I always recommend when investing in stock, only invest what you can afford to lose. Like cryptocurrency came out, I invested $3,500 that I was comfortable losing. How you feel about that?
That's true. I agree.
I'm cool, but $3,500.
He's a risk taker. So like he said, he can afford to lose it. So that's why he invested. So
I get it.
yeah.
I get it. But that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, no, $3,500 ain't no little chunk of change.
Yeah. But I'm sure he knew that he was going to make the money. So that's why he made the risk. I'm sure he did his investigation to kind of come to the end resort to making that.
Yeah.
That they're making money with that cryptocurrency.
All right. Okay. All right. So the Marshal says, even when we clear, people are going to still want them tasty treats delivered. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely going to want those deliveries done. People have gotten really comfortable with using the service. I'm not just going to say it's DoorDash, but all of the food delivery apps, but DoorDash is the leading one, So they've gotten really comfortable to the point where they kind of understand how it works for the drivers now. Have y'all ever called a customer and the customer understands your situation, especially like if you're multi-apping? I had a customer today say, hey, I know it's tough out there. I know it's kind of dangerous, and I know you got to do what you got to do. Some people, they run multiple at the same time. I don't deliver, but I've heard that, people, they're out here trying to make their money. So, just get me my food as soon as you can.
Wow. Understanding.
That was the first. I don't know if that will be the last.
Probably will. Because most people, they're hungry. They want their food.
No, but what they ordered, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? So
it wasn't the Budweiser.
We're not bringing that up.
Okay? I know.
We're not having that conversation on live. All right. So yeah, you threw me off with that one.
I know.
All right. So Michael Dyson says it's more than food with DoorDash. They are doing convenience stores now, grocery stores now, and they will be looking into doing more types of package and deliver. They doing package and deliveries? I know about the grocery stores, but package and deliveries? Seriously?
Yeah, hey. They're trying to compete with all these top people, even though, I don't know if they can catch Amazon, but we'll see.
But Amazon's competitor is not DoorDash.
No, it's not.
DoorDash is not nothing near Amazon.
Exactly. But hey, they're trying to compete. Why not?
Okay.
They're putting their hands in all the pots.
Okay. Bam Bam says, I've done prescription deliveries and Walgreens deliveries now. I've never gotten one of those on DoorDash. Maybe I need to do a little bit more DoorDash to see one of those. But, I'm trying to do a little bit more of the apps. I'm trying to spread them out. How about that? I know for those that have been following this channel for a while, it's like almost like more of one and not enough of the others. So I want to do more of the others. I'm trying to like even it all out. But at the same time, it do get difficult with certain apps because the demand might not be there, or the rating system might be effed up, or like I'm going through this tipping glitch with Uber Eats. There's this constant tipping glitch where I guess customers, we've talked about this previously, but customers aren't able to tip, and some of them are able to tip, but we're not receiving the tip until a day later, a couple hours later in our app.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to be up to an hour to change. I guess customers have the ability to change the tip after an hour, up to an hour.
Yeah, like I said, it's really concerning because it seems like all the apps across the board are having issues with tipping. And why tipping? They don't have issues with the base pay, but they have issues when it comes to our tip.
To the tip, right?
So that's why I'm like, okay, why are you having issues when it comes to my extra? But when the base pay that you're paying me, there is no issue with that at all. So it's just kind of a little fishy for me there, because it's all the apps are having an issue.
Yo, y'all hear this? At least y'all hear it. It ain't come out my mouth. Yo, that is a solid point, Mrs. Judy.
Yeah, definitely. It's deep.
Ain't no problem with the base pay. It's the problem with the tip.
Yeah.
Why is that? Uber.
They're trying to keep a little extra on the side.
It did start yesterday, and we cannot see up front the total. Well, they released the expected tip in certain markets, but it's not in my market yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our market, I should say. But you don't do Uber Eats.
No.
So, I mean, I don't know. I cannot see that total up front, so I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah, because even with Shipt, sometimes I would know a customer tipped me if they say, oh, I tipped you on the app. And I'm like, okay, thank you, but I didn't see it. And it was like, but I tipped you. And then sometimes I never get it, or I have to call and let them know. And then finally it appears after 2 weeks later.
Man.
So,
wow.
Yeah, I know Shipt's been having a major issues with the tips. A lot of people have been complaining.
All right. So, okay. So at this time, I want to just ask this question. And then we'll move on to the next topic about Uber, Uber's injury protection. All right. But I think you answered already. Mm-hmm. But with DoorDash, if and when they go public, I'm interested to know, what would you do? Some of you say that you would invest, depending on how much it is. How much is it going for each share?
Yeah.
I get it. Suppose each share is about $20. How many would you buy? How many would you be interested in having the first go round before you come back around and want to invest some more, if you want to invest more? How many shares would you buy if they're like at $20 a pop?
I would do $100.
You do $100 worth?
Yeah, $100 worth, because that's something that I could afford to lose.
Bam Bam says I'm buying 200 shares off the bat.
Okay. Yeah.
200 shares. Okay. Anybody else before we move on to the next conversation? How many shares would you buy if they're $20 a pop? DoorDash is turning into trash. Coast to Coast 360. What's up, brother? All right, what's up, Double M? How you doing? All right, Mr. Donk 305 says I would definitely invest. All depends on the price per share. The earlier, the better, because of this thing. Because of Because
if he's just saying basically if it becomes too big, then the price will slowly start to increase, and it will turn into hundreds and then thousands of dollars. So it's always best to invest right away when they open up.
All right, so LaShonda said, nope, I ain't losing my 20. The Marshall will buy 20 shares. Well, $100 worth. It sounds like you too. $100 worth of shares. All right, $2,500 worth of shares. The bad guy. Okay, so a lot of you believe in DoorDash. And, I think, it's fair to say that I haven't given DoorDash enough of my time. I will say that. I will say I tried, but I haven't gotten comfortable with DoorDash just yet. But I have done DoorDash. I'm approaching 1,000 deliveries, but I feel DoorDash has always been in my back pocket. Mm-hmm. It has never really been my go-to to make my money. Remember in my story, I started with Uber Eats. Then when Uber got slow, I went over to Grubhub. And now, with Grubhub getting slow again, I did try some DoorDash, but I'm back to Uber Eats again. So it's kind of like I feel like I really need to give DoorDash a little bit more of my time. So expect more DoorDash ride-alongs and more including. I'm sorry. We got wires over here. But expect me to include more DoorDash ride-alongs or in my ride-alongs. You know, not just about the Uber Eats, not just about the Grubhub, but you will see more Uber Eats videos. And before we move on, some people talking about, oh, you just trying to promote Uber.
Why? How's that going to benefit you?
I mean, I'm making my money out here. I'm doing videos about the apps.
Yeah.
But I have done like how many DoorDash videos, how many Grubhub videos, and then I do like 1 or 2 Uber Eats. Oh, you trying to promote Uber? I'm sorry. If you're one of those people, I'm sorry. I gotta laugh because I'm like, y'all really petty, man. So anyway, let's continue the conversation. Let's continue. Let's move on. All right. So Uber now is, pushing this injury protection. Optional injury protection. If you did not receive this email, and I know you did not receive the email,
exactly.
But I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'm going to read it. All right. Basically, Uber is saying protection shouldn't be optional. We heard you and we agree. Platform companies should be required to provide coverage for injuries that happen on the job. All right. For less than 4 cents a mile, optional injury protection through Affinity Insurance Services Incorporated helps minimize the financial impact a covered accident could have on a driver or delivery person. Pioneered by Uber, this insurance offering is designed specifically for drivers. It's saying that they're pretty much going to pay up to $500 a week, all right, max.
Okay.
All right. Accidental medical expenses up to a max of $1 million. All right. With no deductible or copay. All right.
Wow. Okay.
All right. And then it says this thing about survivor benefits. I honestly, family, I don't even know what this part is. I was trying to, before the stream, I was trying to do a little bit of research, but I could not find what that was. So please forgive me. I don't know what the survivor benefits are, but they're offering a max of $150,000. If you do know what the survivor benefits are, please share in the comment section down below or in the chat. What? You got something to say?
No, I was saying I think it's basically if a tragedy happens and the survivor, that's the amount of money that will go to your family. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
But I thought they released something called occupational accident insurance, which it was supposed to, I think, act the same way.
It could be. They have several different names for it because I know a lot of truck drivers have that insurance as well. So if something happens to them while they're out on the road, their family's taken care of.
Lynn Lucas is agreeing with you. She says, yeah, if something happens to the Uber driver, the family gets a payout.
Exactly.
150 grand?
Mm-hmm.
Up to 150 grand?
Yeah, which is not a lot of money.
How do you feel about that amount? If something were to happen to me, up to 150 grand, how do you feel about that number?
I would appreciate it, but still, definitely no amount of money would replace your life. So if they gave me $1 million, it's still not going to make me feel any better. That's just my opinion, but it definitely.
But the gesture
is, thoughtful. At least they're doing something.
Okay. All right. So as far as this this injury protection, optional injury protection, this is how it works. Okay, so if you don't know, if you did not look into this, this is how it works. You would have to pay for it. All right. So it says simple per mile premiums. The pay would pretty much be under 4 cents a mile. All right. 4 cents per mile, under 4 cents per mile. I don't want to read all those numbers. All right. Only when on trip with coverage while you're online, on the way to pick up a passenger or delivery, and on trip for deliveries and passenger trips. The entirety of the premium goes to the insurer. Uber takes no fees or commissions in relation to this coverage. All right, just a few more screenshots. The pay will automatically be deducted. All right, so it says your premium is deducted automatically from each trip, and the deductions will be clearly shown on your earnings report. And the last screenshot I have here, it says if you want to cancel, you can cancel whenever. All right, canceling your enrollment is easy and can be done at any time.
So that's good. You're not obligated.
You're not obligated. You don't have to, when they had these the cell phone companies, the post plan, the postpaid plan. It's like you had 2 year plan for you to get an iPhone at $200. You had to get like a postpaid plan.
Yeah, you had to wait till your 2 year contract was
2 year contract. It was all this, but now a lot of these companies see that nobody want to be tied in for 2 years. Even Apple, which has nothing to do with this conversation, but even Apple with the what's that? What is it called? The protection thing.
Oh, the Apple Care.
Apple Care. Mm-hmm. Even now they have a month to month.
Yeah.
They obviously if you don't pay the month it cancels.
Yeah.
But even now all these apps are going for a month to month type of deal and canceling. Will you opt in? Will you opt in? Is it worth it enough for you to opt in? I am thinking about it, like seriously thinking about it, opting in. The reason why I am seriously thinking about it is mainly because it's dangerous out here, family. It's really dangerous, not just because of Corona, right? But it's really dangerous out here. I had an encounter last night. I'm not going to tell the story. I had a dangerous encounter last night, and it made me think about this. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like nothing's ever gonna happen, But it really made me think about, hey, what if something do happen? Would you opt in? Would you pay 4 cents per trip? And then you know what I came up with?
What?
Not with this damn tipping glitch.
Yeah.
This damn tipping glitch, man, y'all should have seen me out here. Tipping glitch? I ain't getting my tips. I know these people telling me they tipping me and all that, and I ain't getting my tip till like a day later. I can't. I'll pay the 4 cents when y'all fix y'all tipping. But I'm seriously thinking about it. From what you have heard so far about it, how do you feel? Do you feel as my partner? Do you feel like I should? Or you feel like this is just another thing that this company is trying to make something off of? You can be honest. I ain't gonna ever look at you. I don't want them to think like, I'm influencing your decision.
No, it's not that at all. I would say if you don't have anything planned or set aside already, then it's something that, you may want to look at and consider and opt in to doing. But if you have something that's already set up, something similar to this already, then, you don't have to.
You mean like life insurance or something like that?
Life insurance or other accidental insurance and things like that. Because at the end of the day, everyone should consider having those things, whether you do food delivery, gig apps, no gig apps, because, you never know. Tomorrow's not promised. And sometimes you leave your house and you don't know what's going to happen. So it's just to make sure that you protect yourself. And if something happens to you, that at least your family will be taken care of. So
I totally agree with you. And I will say this, okay? If you ever take out any kind of policy, don't tell nobody you did it. The reason why I'm saying that, because people get real antsy.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's real dangerous. If you take out any kind of policy, I'm only 34 years old, but I have seen some stuff in my life, okay? Some of y'all probably haven't even seen the things that I've seen, and probably some of y'all have. And probably some of y'all have seen worse than I have seen, But if you ever take out a policy on anything where you could get some kind of money, Don't tell nobody you did it. If something happened to you, I guess they're going to figure it all out then. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Don't tell nobody hey, I did this, okay? No, don't. Just keep it on the hush. All right?
Yeah, just put it in writing, put it in that safe deposit box. So if something happens, the most important person who needs to locate it will know how to locate it. So, but, like I said, that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, everyone needs to have something.
Yeah. All right. So, some people are saying this is kind of like going left, and then I'm going to open up the line so we could go back and talking about everything that we discussed so far. But some people are saying everyone should have life insurance. Well, Gen V said that, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I understand why, right? And I'm not against it. All right. At once, I will tell y'all. Mm-hmm. I will tell you. Mm-hmm. That's the show. Mm-hmm. That's to show how real I'm keeping it, right? I'm from the islands. Let me tell y'all this, okay? I'm from the islands. We ain't thinking about no life insurance like that. Island folks, at least where I came from, we wasn't thinking about no life insurance like that. So when I met her and she started telling me, yeah, life insurance, and then in my head, I'm like, insurance, man, they trying to get money out of me. They just trying to get money out of me. So, with Gen V saying, I think everyone should have life insurance. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, definitely, I agree with that.
Everyone should have life insurance, no matter the age?
No matter the age, everyone should have life insurance. But what I do think people should do is educate themselves, because I learned a lot about insurance, because there's difference between term and whole life. So when people are selling you insurance, you need to make sure that you understand, because there's a huge difference. And you have insurance that create dividends that you could do different things with and create as a savings. But if you're not educated about those things, then you're not going to know. But I think everyone should have a small amount of life insurance. I'm not saying you have to leave your family millions, but at least something, if something happens to you, that they can put you away decent.
Hey.
That's just my thoughts.
Give me a thumbs up emoji if you think, or if you feel that she should start a channel and start educating y'all about that stuff.
Don't start.
I mean, you start talking about, listen, I had a brain fart. When you start talking about all the dividend and what you said?
Dividends, long term policies, whole life insurance policy.
Whole life. I'm like, whole life. There's a half life? My life is whole. When you start saying all that, I'm like, hey, you know a lot about this.
Yeah, definitely. Even as your children, it's better to buy their life insurance policy when they're first born, because you pay almost pennies for it. And then as they get older, if you create dividends, and you could take that money and use it for their college funds, you could use it to invest in a car or whatever
y'all hearing it?
Would like, something, of course, that is very good for them, but you can do those things.
You see them thumbs ups?
I see. No. I appreciate the love, guys, but I'm just, I had to learn too. It's nothing that I knew when I was first got an insurance policy, but I had to educate myself and learn a lot. So that's the only thing I just tell people, if that's what you want to do, definitely make sure you educate yourself. And then I also think if you have a family, especially if you have children, then your life insurance policy should be at a certain level, because you have children. So if you happen to leave your children and they're young, then at least they'll be taken care of. So it's a lot that you have to consider when you have a family.
All right. So they're telling me they want to hear what you have to say, but you don't have to start a channel. Just give you a segment. Just give you a segment and just let you do your thing. You don't have to be on the screen. You could do like you're doing right now. But maybe I could do some graphics.
Yeah, make my mouth move, huh?
I cannot make your mouth move.
I know, it's just a joke.
All right. So, I mean, maybe in the future sometime, but, I can't do that right now. So, at this time, family, I know we haven't been on it's been about 2 weeks, 2 whole weeks since I've done a live stream, since we've done a live stream, since we do this together. All right. At this time, family, if you wish to call in, I'm going to put the number at the bottom of the screen. I changed it up just a little bit. Call me now.
Yes.
It's big and bold. If you can't see the number, listen, I don't know what to tell you. You might need some bifocals. or something. You know.
I see in the chat the bad guy. He says life insurance is not for you; it's for their family. Yeah, definitely, is more for the family than you. But is they're able to use that to make sure that you're taken care of and put away nicely.
I agree with that. But I'm a firm believer in not giving someone my money for my family. It's just like I was against banks for a while. Mm-hmm. The only reason why I really started being about like banks and all that, direct deposit. Direct deposit. Oh, the money gonna be there tomorrow? What? But I the paper checks, I had to wait for the check, and I had to wait for the. You know what I used to hate? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just rambling on, doing all kind of stuff. You see when the supervisor, I don't know if y'all ever been through this, and if you had a W-2, you probably did. When the supervisor got the checks,
yeah, and they coming around passing them
they
out.
They coming out, and they're like, Mrs. UDM, damn, she just walked past me. He just walked past me. I couldn't wait to get my check, man. Give me my check so I could go cash it. I used to hate that. I was impatient on payday. And sometimes they not available to give you your check.
Exactly. You got to wait.
You got to wait for it. So direct deposit, man, that's when I got acquainted with banks. Okay? But anyway, we're going to open up the lines. I hope you guys got the number. And call in if you wish to talk about Uber or DoorDash or something else regarding Instacart. You got anything for Instacart?
No. I don't know if you want to share what I shared with you. I don't know.
Oh, well, but that we'll come back to that.
Okay.
All right. We'll save that one. Just remind me.
Okay.
Before we end.
All right. I'll remind you.
All right. The lines are open, family. Call us. Rasha Lisa, the Google line is working. Check my line. I got a call. I think what? There it is. Okay. Thank you for calling the Gig App Life podcast. Who are we speaking to?
This is Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. What's up, Bam Bam? Talk to us.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Yeah, I just want to call in. I've been watching this channel for it's been about a month. You guys have actually helped me out a lot. We're just kind of figuring some stuff out, and then just knowing that there's people all over the United States that DoorDash and go through the same problems I do. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all. And I mean everybody on this channel, your followers, everybody.
Yeah, it's this. I think I've said this before, but one thing I always wanted people to understand is I'm just the person on the screen. There's a lot of people that are shy, don't want to be on the screen, don't want to be on the phone, and they share tons of valuable information in the comment section, in the chat, on the line. Tons. I'm just the person on the screen. That's it. I have some information as well, but it's not just me. It's not a one-man show. Look, Mrs. UDM just gave y'all some life insurance type of stuff that I didn't know anything about. I just learned. So anyway, Bam Bam, talk to us, man. Talk to us. We're family here.
So, I've just been doing DoorDash for about 6 months now. I've noticed a lot of the things you guys are saying. Especially with the, it seems like all of a sudden now the small orders are coming in because I'm a full-time dasher. I know you always give, what's his name? The guy without the channel.
Bentley Coop?
You guys, Bentley, yeah. I started listening to him actually first, and I found your channel through him because he gave you a shout-out, and so I checked your channel out. But you always give him kind of a little hard time. But I do the same thing he does. I'm up at like 6:30 in the morning. I dash from 6:30 all the way up to 10:30 at night.
That's a long day, brother.
That's a long day, and I do it 7 days a week. So I'm pulling in about $350. I made some comments before about my earnings, $350 to $375 a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, I don't dash straight from 6:30 to 10:30. Everybody that dashes knows they don't just give orders like that anymore. But there was a time when I forget the guy that had called in, or he had said something in the comments about the orders coming in one after another after another. It used to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that way anymore. Now I'm seeing a lot of like 3 miles, 4 hours, 5.5 miles, 575. But I found if I just take all those orders, I know you decline a lot of orders, and normally I wouldn't take those orders. Those orders, they're doo-doo. But I take them. And I find when I take them, the algorithm of the app will reward me for it. It's kind of like, I kind of feel like a little kid when they do that, but when you take the garbage, I find as a dasher, even if you're doing it, people listening, if you're doing it part-time, just, if they start sending you junk after junk after junk, just take the junk. Just take it. Like, take 1 or 2 of the junk orders, and you'll find that the app will eventually send you something better. I don't know if that's a design. I have no clue, but I've noticed that when I take the junk, things get a little bit better. I just wanted to call in and just kind of give some people advice on that, because I hear a lot of people's comments about door dashing, and I've found through the 6 months I've been dashing, and like I said, I'm a 7-day-a-week dasher. I dash full-time. I'm pulling in like $7,500 every month. I mean, some days are not. It's not a consistent 350, 375. Some days are like 289. Like the other day was like 281.75 I made. But like for the most part, I'm at least I'm averaging about 350. So for the people out there that are doing the full-time dashing, even the part-timers, if it gets a little ugly out there on the dashboard, that's what I like to call it, the dashboard. Just take what they give you, and the algorithm, it does get better. But if you keep declining it, I found that when you keep declining it, they're like, oh yeah, you want to decline that? But here's another one. So that's all I wanted to say.
I mean, I don't know if you called in to debate, but if that's all you wanted to say, then cool. I'll just let you say what you got to say, and I won't have anything to say about it.
Oh no, go ahead. Different experiences for different appers, man.
Well, yeah, definitely different experiences for different, dashers across the U.S. and Canada and Australia. But I will say that I've done that. I've done the accepting of everything, and it was my worst day ever.
Oof. Maybe it's the market.
But now you say maybe it's the market. So I will say your market, and I will say some of the offers that I will see in Bentley Coop's videos. It's difficult to find those here. They do pop up every once in a while, but they're not as often as what I would see other people talk about. A $10 offer, being offered $10 in my market is, I'm not going to say it's rare, like once every week type of thing, but you would see a lot more $8, $7, $6, $3, $4, $5, $3, $4, $5. A lot of those more in my market versus a $10. We don't see $10 often. As often as we see $3 and $4.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. So maybe my experience is maybe just from my market. So I guess I should just say that all my Seattle dashers, because
you in Seattle?
Yeah, I'm in Seattle.
Oh man,
we're getting orders. Yeah, we get orders. That's why I dash for so long. It gets addicting, and Bentley Cooper said. He calls us dash zombies. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm going to become a dash zombie, because I was first time when I first heard him. It was like my first week when I first heard him. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to become a what did he call him, a dash zombie? I'm like, no, I became it quick, because you keep seeing in Seattle, you keep seeing these big, gigantic orders, and you're only going like 4 or 5 miles. The only thing is, I guess I'm anonymous a little bit. The only thing is, well, yeah, it's with anything you do when you're dashing. You encounter certain types of people, if you know what I mean. People that aren't very nice. And I don't know. I'm a big guy. I look a certain way. I come up to people's doors. I feel like I get judged a little bit. So I do deal with that a little bit out here. That's the only thing I do have a knock on Seattle for.
All right. Well, I'll say Bam Bam, man. The thing is, Uber Eats owns 50. Well, probably more now or probably less. I don't know. But the last time I checked, Uber Eats owned 56% of this market. So I do rely more on Uber Eats, or Uber Eats is more of my go-to because I know how to work that app. I know, the places to be to get back-to-back orders like you talk about with DoorDash. DoorDash, unfortunately, is not as busy or as popular as Uber. It is big, but it's not as popular. A lot of people go to Uber for a lot of the deliveries. So I will get literally, I'm just telling you, but I would get about every 5 Uber Eats deliveries, I might get 2 or 3 DoorDash. And some days I get maybe about, I don't want to exaggerate, like 7 back to back. If I were to decline, I would get about 7 Uber Eats on a very busy day. And some days it's just 1 DoorDash for every 7 deliveries with Uber Eats. And I'm not talking about the ones that I accept. It's just 1 order coming through.
And you're talking about in your market, correct?
Yeah, I'm talking about my market.
Okay. Because I've been trying to get on with Uber Eats. I just I have a lot of respect for you multi-appers, because you guys have the brain. Your guys' brain functions. I don't know, can kind of deal with that. I can't. I tried it with just Postmates because I knew Postmates was going to be slow. And I tried it with Postmates, and one day I was out there and I had a double order from DoorDash, and then I just had literally 0.6 miles right around the corner for Postmates, and it came in, and I couldn't handle it. So I guess I just wanted to say that too. I would just want to give you guys, your multi-appers, a shout out. I've heard a couple, you and then a couple other multi-appers on this channel. I just want to say I had a lot of respect for you guys. I tried it because I heard you guys doing it. I'm like, yeah, I could do what they're doing. Nope.
But nope. I will say this, and then I'm gonna open the lines back up, brother. Multi-apping or multi-apping just depends on however you want to say it. It's something where you can't just say, I'm going to turn on multiple apps and then I'm going to make the money that everybody else makes, or I'm going to get the same experience that everybody else gets. Now, in my recent ride-along, I paired up Grubhub with Uber Eats. The reason why that's my favorite pair is because one is super fast for the pickup. I don't have to wait. And it's popular enough in the surrounding area or in the community where I don't have to go that far. But the other one is super slow, but the payouts are large. It could be $40, it could be $30, $20, $9, but I might have to drive a little bit further down the street. So one is slow, one is fast. It's not wise to have 2 fast and then you just having blink, blink. You have one over there, blink, blink. You gonna drive yourself nuts. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna drive yourself nuts. But if you have one that's fast or one that's really busy and one that's not as busy, then you can balance it out a little bit better. And I've never said that on this channel, but Grubhub is slow and Uber Eats is fast and busier. So I'm not going as crazy with all the different notifications, So, I mean, that's just a recommendation. You should try another app other than Postmates, because Postmates out west is definitely busy. I heard it's very busy out there.
Yeah, it is, and I had to just cut the app off because I got real frustrated. 10 seconds, I just got to say this too. If you could do like a video on, because I just got an offer from DoorDash to do catering. Because I've been the top dasher for like 3 months in a row, and they finally sent me the offer to do catering. And I don't even know how to do catering at all, because I've heard from some people that they don't even give you really too much instruction. So if you could do like a video on like catering, the catering jobs on DoorDash, or if there's some people in your chat that know anything about the catering jobs, that will be real helpful to me, because I just ordered my bag, and I'm about to start doing that here in the next week.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't have catering. I'm not a DoorDash driver, and it's mainly because I can't take what DoorDash offers me, man. It's a lot of it. I have a screenshot. I'm gonna share it towards the ending. Tonight I had I think it was a $3. I forgot how much it was, but I think it was $3.75 for 13 miles.
Whew.
You would take that? Mr. Bam Bam, $3 for 30.
No, I just got an offer just now, $10 for 1.8 miles. What the heck is that offer? That's opposite. Why do they do that?
I don't know, man. But according to your strategy, you said you would take that, man.
No, I would never take that. Never. You better quit it with that one. That is not my strategy. Oh no! All right, man. I'm gonna let these guys talk. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad to be here.
All right, no problem, man. I'll share that screenshot. I think it was $3, but it was definitely 13 miles. I'll put it on the community tab so y'all can see it for yourself. I took a screenshot of that one. It might have been $7 for 13 miles.
Oof, that's still bad.
It's still bad.
26 miles.
I declined
for
it.
$7.
I declined it with a heartbeat.
That's some sugar honey iced tea.
All right. So, all right. Well, Bam Bam, I appreciate you calling in for the first time, man. I know it was your first time. That's why I decided to keep you online, for a little bit longer. It was your first time calling in. A lot of the other people, they've called in before, So, Thank you for calling in, okay?
Appreciate it, man.
All righty. Good night.
Good night.
All right. So the lines are open again, family. If you wish to call in, that number is at the bottom of the screen, 754-225-2655. We are waiting for your call. Right, Mr. G?
Yes.
I saw you over there. You was like, oh, I don't know what they talking about. She don't know nothing about no DoorDash.
I'm just listening and learning. Somebody's calling.
Thank you for calling the Gig App Life Podcast. Who are we speaking to?
Right here, Lisa.
Hey, Roger, Lisa. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Hello, Roger, Lisa.
Hi, Mrs. UDM. I wanted to. I've been doing Uber for about 2.5 years, something like that. And when they put something in play, you really have to wait until it's in writing in full force. I don't know how many times they've offered us medical assistance or doctor's visits, or even with this COVID thing, they offered us money if we got sick, we got hurt, something happened, and then they changed it. They changed their TOSs like they changed their underwear every day. It seems like I don't ever believe anything until it's actually in writing and on the app. But then they're going to change the TOS anyway. So
you're talking about Uber, right?
Yeah, when you said that they were going to help out with medical or family benefits and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So you're not going to opt in?
Huh?
You're not going to opt in?
I don't believe them.
You don't? Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
I don't. They said that they were going to take care of my car when my car got hit. That didn't happen. My friend's car is in the shop right now. They didn't even call him. So it's very hard have been doing them for so long, and it like them not caring. All I ever get in my messages saying you're independent contractor, there's nothing we can do. You know, that's...
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this. This. In the past, right, Uber, they would say something and you wouldn't come out of pocket for it. It's kind of like they're just saying it, and if something happens, that's the only time you'll know if it's legit or not, right? So with this, you would be paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's on a per trip basis. So if they're not showing it in your pay breakdown, right, then I would be concerned. But if you are actually paying for a service that they sent an email, or some kind of insurance that they sent an email for, right? Wouldn't that make you, well, I know it would make me a little bit more comfortable versus just believing what they're saying. I know I'm paying for something. Because, so if I'm putting my money in something, I expect what you said. You understand what I mean?
Right.
So,
oh yeah, I know.
That's where I'm coming from. That's where I'm coming from with it. I'm not telling anyone to join, you know. But the fact, and I understand where you're coming from too. You can't just believe what these companies say. It's not just Uber too. You can't just believe, you know, right?
Right.
So I get it, but if I'm paying for it, that's a different thing.
Yeah, and I think they're less likely to screw up if somebody's paying versus if they're giving you something for free.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Rachel, Lisa?
I think with everything, in any gig app, I'm just so focused on Uber because I've been doing Uber and Lyft for the longest, hence the name Rachel Lisa. That there's so many times that they've come out with things and they've done things and then they've taken away or they've changed the term of service. I don't know. I've only been with Uber for 2.5 years, and they've changed the terms of service at least 5 times. I've got bookmarks for every terms of service that they keep sending.
Yeah.
Before you can get on the app, they change the terms of service. You got to read it. You got to accept it.
She ain't
and
lying.
I bookmark it.
She ain't lying.
You know?
Wow.
What she's saying is the truth. Go ahead. I just had to second that. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's like I got something in my head. It's like I got to say it. But it's just that when it comes to them as a company, I tend not, I'm just very leery. Very leery. And what they're doing to the California residents right now is whatever. It's bad. I can't say that word. It's. I can't believe that this is the companies that we're faithful to.
Yeah.
That we enjoy to work for, and they act like we are like bad people or something. Like, oh my God, you can't ask us for anything. Why are you asking us for something? You know?
Okay. Well, okay.
I don't know.
Let me ask you this. I'm not asking you about your personal, what you have, what coverage you have personally, and what you pay for. That's not what I'm asking you, okay? Would you rather have your own versus what Uber is offering with the numbers that they're offering?
Personally, I could do both.
You could do
to
both.
Tell you the truth. I got insurance through my W-2 job, but if I could get extended coverage through the gig apps and they offered things while you're using the app and stuff like that, I would think about it. The only problem is I'm multi-apping. I mean, yesterday you saw my ride-along. I didn't multi-app because I couldn't get on the DoorDash app, and I was stuck with just Uber. But normally I'm multi-apping, so I'm not on all the apps all the time. So that was a requirement that you would only be able to have coverage if you're on the app for a certain amount of time, for a length of time or something, because I'm sure that they would put something like that in there. It would be something that I couldn't get into because I'm not true to these apps. I multi-app, and when one goes off, one goes on, one goes off, one goes on. and it's the only one that I literally keep going all the time is Instacart, and that's because you have an hour before you have to shop, so you can multi-app the gig apps if you're waiting for an Instacart order to come through. Pretty much that is the only app I keep going that goes on all the time, because I'm sure they don't want us multi-apping if they're going to insure us for anything.
What do you think? What do you think, Mr. UDM? You've been quiet this whole doggone show. She ain't been saying nothing, just been chilling.
I've been talking. I've been listening.
When we stop talking about life insurance and all that, you just crickets.
Oh, whatever.
Chip, 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 chip.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you feel about what she's saying? Like, yeah, Uber has changed their TOS too many damn times.
Yeah, definitely.
And since she feels the way that she feels, and she's multi-apping, she's not loyal to the app. How do you feel about what she's saying? Like, what's your opinion? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You meet her halfway? You see 50-50? Like, I know you don't do these apps, but, based on what you heard, what's your opinion?
I understand where she's coming from in regards to taking the risk with the company with something as important as this is in regards to how they keep changing things. So I understand her reluctant and not wanting to put the money into or invest the money into the insurance. So, I get that part. I do understand. Hopefully, they won't put anything in regards to their terms of agreement in regards to if people are multi-apping. Apping, sorry.
She ain't about that life, y'all. She ain't about that life. She don't know what it is.
Yeah, so hopefully in regards to that, they won't put anything in there. So those who are multi-apping, it won't affect you at all. Hopefully they won't.
Well, what was interesting, something that you mentioned, right, Lisa, that was very interesting to me is like, how you said that that you had to be on the app for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
That certain amount of time, I don't know. I mean, that sounds very interesting. It sounds very Uber-like.
Yes.
And I understand why they would do that. But I don't think, from my perspective, for me, the amount of work I do out there, right? I don't, if I'm supposed to be on the app for 8 hours, doesn't mean I got to take, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean I got to take everything.
Yeah.
If you understand what I mean.
No, I understand.
Like if it has it if it's written in the terms of service that I'm supposed to be on the app for a minimum of eight hours for any of these benefits to kick in, then I'll just have the app on for 8 hours.
Yeah, don't mean I have to work it.
But the orders I do take, you take the 4 cents.
Yeah.
And then if something happened to me on the orders that I'm on, not while I'm on, but the orders that I'm on, then boom. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my word. God forbid.
I'm just saying, because I'm multi-app too.
Oh, Mrs. UDM, he's just saying, as he's using as an example. Oh, my word. Terrible.
But I'm saying, I'm multi-app too. So I see that if they use us and they're offering something that I see benefits, I could benefit from, I'm going to take advantage of it. That's just me. I'm going to find a way to get what I need to get out of it. I'm not just going to turn my app on, don't take no orders and expect something.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to take what I need to take, or what I feel I could take. And if while I'm multi-apping, I know I'm only covered on this delivery, I'm not covered on the other delivery I might have to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but definitely with everything that's going on with Uber, I would not depend on what they're offering as my everything, like my go-to, my final. I would look at investing in other things if you could. In regards to other insurances and things like that, I just wouldn't go with what Uber's offering me, because what if they decide to pull out and say they're not offering it anymore? Then what are you going to do? I just think you should always
give my money back.
Yeah, that too. But
and
like
exactly
you always tell us, we need
to.
Yeah. And like you always tell us, we
exactly.
need to have a backup to a backup to a backup.
So you gotta have backup insurance too?
Yes, you never know.
Damn,
Oh,
man.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, listen.
Oh my gosh, everything needs a backup these days.
Both of us worked. Well, she still works for the school board of Broward County, right?
Yes.
All right. I used to work for the school board of Broward County. And how many times did they switch the insurance? They changed their insurance. 1 year they got this one, the next year they got the next one.
Health insurance, yes, but in regards to disability or anything like that, it's been the same company.
It's been the same?
Yeah, since I've been with them, which has been a while. So.
Okay, well, I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at it like this. Okay? I'm looking at it like this. As far as me having to shop for insurance and shop for this every week or every month or every year, I'm not a shopper. That's why I don't do Instacart and shit like that.
Wow, you got me reminiscing now. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason. We'll go with that.
Wow, it's been a long time with them. I just realized that.
I mean, how do y'all feel, family? Are y'all gonna be shopping for? I mean, this has nothing to do with the injury protection. All right, just are y'all gonna be shopping for insurance every year because you get a better deal or better coverage with something else every month or every other month or every year or however it goes, or every quarter, every half a year?
No, of course, but that's what I'm saying. It goes back to what I initially said, that you have to make sure that whatever you're going to invest in, you have to educate yourself about that company, the pros, the cons, what type of insurance it is, things like that, to know that, because when you make this investment, it's not a short term or I'm changing, it's a long-term investment. So you want to make sure that you're getting your return on what you're investing in. So that's why I said you have to make sure that you educate yourself and go with the best company that's going to offer you the best for your money.
I just don't trust none of them.
Yeah, I know.
I can't trust none of them. You know, was that big old company that got shut down a couple of years ago? Insurance company. They got shut down. I'm pretty sure somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Insurance company.
For fraud and all kind of stuff. A big old insurance company. I forgot the name of it. This is just a random conversation. You gonna look it up?
Exactly.
Go ahead and look it up.
I am.
A big old insurance company that got shut down. Y'all don't
I know
what
what you're talking about. I can't think of the name because I used to have them for my auto insurance.
See, she knows what I'm talking about. I just don't trust them.
It's not Geico, is it?
No. Don't just be calling out random names, girl.
They closed down because they were weren't the CEO and the COO embezzling.
I can't much remember.
Is it an insurance company?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of insurance though. If it was life insurance, car insurance, I don't know. But it was an insurance company. And for years, you know what all I've heard about insurance companies is they are something that rhymes with BAM. All right, so I guess you can't find it. But yeah,
No, I'm looking, but I don't see it.
I just don't trust them. So it's hard for me to find one that I can trust. I won't trust any of them. So when I see a deal, if I consider it to be a deal, I'm more than likely to do a little bit more research on it. I'm not looking at the company like that. I'm not looking at any other stuff. I'm just, is this worth my time? If it's worth my time, this is how I shop, y'all. All right, if it's worth my time, okay, I'll probably look into it a little bit more. You heard me earlier, Rod said, Lisa, I said that I'll probably opt in. Mm-hmm. I've been with Uber for over 3 years. I'm not saying that I've dealt with them, their injury protection insurance or whatever, but I've heard decent things about when people get into accidents and they go through Uber's insurance and everything works out the way that it's supposed to. I'm not saying everybody's going to have a good experience, but I've heard that going through Uber is not a bad deal. 100, well, it's not a bad deal. I mean, I don't know what their success rate is, or but I heard good things, not all bad.
Yeah, it's just a chance you have to take.
It's a risk. It's a
All right,
risk.
well, I'm gonna let you go so I can, so somebody else can get the chance to call in before you end the stream. But I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there because I mean I've had the incident. My friend, he's going through an issue right now, and Uber hasn't even contacted him, and he had just dropped off a passenger. So I don't know. When it comes to Uber, but that's why, like you said, when you buy the stock. I have stock in Uber, Lyft, and Grubhub. So that way, when someone says, well, if you're going to talk about them, you better buy stock in them or something like that so you could, if you want to say anything. And that way I can say whatever I want because I do own stock.
Gotcha.
So I'll probably buy one in DoorDash when that comes out just so I can talk about them too. And say, I own stock. I'm part of that company. I can talk about it.
All right. Well,
Right?
I'm gonna ask you this last thing, and then I'm gonna let you go. All right. So
What's that?
you invest in the company, but
Yeah.
what they offer for injury protection, you would not invest in?
No, I would.
Oh, you would.
But it depends. Oh, no, I would.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm sorry if I got missed. I would, except for I would have to see them. I would have to see it in writing in their terms of service.
Oh, you
Because
did say that in the beginning.
The way they change things on the drivers. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the way they change things on the drivers, that's my concern because, us as drivers are what's important. And I would have to see it in writing because I couldn't get it. That's probably what you heard is I couldn't get if you're multi-apping because if Uber Eats or Uber or whatever, Lyft or whatever says that you're eligible for it, but you have to be on our platform for at least 6 hours. If you shut off the app, because I know when you shut the app off, if you shut off the app, then you are not eligible or whatever. If something happens, and say you turn off the app to run to the bathroom, and then you get in your car and then someone sideswipes you before you can turn it back on. Does that mean I'm not covered because I turned the app off because I ran to the bathroom?
Well, just don't turn it off.
But then you multi-app too. So I'm thinking if they do things like that, that's also a way to keep us from trying to multi-app.
I get you. I guess I just look. I'm just looking at it one way, and I know my way is not always the right way. Everyone can't handle things the way that I would handle them, and some people can't take all the notifications back to back sometimes, and sometimes I get flustered too. So it's like I
today
guess
when you couldn't find your phone.
Yeah, that's a whole. Don't start that conversation either. Okay, we're not
so
talking about that.
Hey, it's later. It's later. It's past.
Oh, you couldn't find your phone?
It's supposed to be all good now.
Yeah. All right. So All right. So thank you for calling in, Rideshare Lisa. Thank you for your contribution. All right.
Absolutely.
You also gave me something additional to think about. With this injury protection before opting in.
Yeah, definitely. And then I hear it's term life, so that's another thing you need to consider. That sucks.
Well, that's good because I learned something from Mrs. UDM about checking out the life insurance, the term and the other one.
Whole life, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there was really a difference. I
Yes.
just thought because my job offers life insurance, and so they just take it out of my paycheck. But I don't know what I have. Seriously, if you were to ask me, Lisa, what kind of life insurance do you have with your job? I would just tell you life insurance. Basically, my kids are covered. If something happens to me, that's all I know about it.
Oh, yeah,
I
definitely.
never thought of that.
Yeah, but definitely look into it. If it's something the job offers, unfortunately, is what they offer. So you can't. But I'm just saying, personally, if you buy any additional insurance, definitely I would read up to see the difference between term and whole life because it's a significant difference. So.
All
I
right.
definitely have to do that.
Yeah. All righty then. Well, thank you for calling in and be safe out there. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. You guys have a great night.
All right. Have a
Alrighty.
good one. All right. All right, family. And at this time, we're gonna close the lines. You know, it's way past our bedtime. All right.
Especially mine.
Yeah. Yeah, she go to bed. We need to start cutting off at 11, you know?
Yeah, but I'm way up before you do. We've talked about this before.
Hold up now.
And I got to be to work much earlier than you do.
So, what? Okay? So, with that said, family, you know, we the whole conversation about DoorDash and Uber, the two different conversations, but we had Bam Bam call in and express how things are in his market, Seattle, with DoorDash, and why he feels like he should take everything, but everything is market dependent. Okay, even what you see on the screen of any YouTuber, including on this channel. Okay, everything is market dependent. You know, just because you see I make over $200 with Uber Eats doesn't mean you can make over $200 with Uber Eats. Just because you hear or you see a comment where somebody says, just do Grubhub and that's all you need, doesn't mean that's a fact. You might need DoorDash or Uber Eats or Postmates. What you see on the screen, consider it to be knowledge of something additional that you might not have in your back pocket. I always am looking for new options out here. So, you know, I said that to just basically say, make your money wherever you can. Be independent. Y'all saw my video. I would not dedicate my life to just one because I know some of them, they could be good and tomorrow they could be bad. Just depends on the day of the week. Depends on how much they're promoting to the customers. Depends on if the customer want to use that app that day. You know? So, as far as, you know, them going public, I may consider, but I don't like them. I don't like them. Not, how can I put it? I like them to make my money, but I don't like how they treat drivers. Yeah. None of these apps have a halo.
No, not
none
at
of
all.
them. But the way that DoorDash handle, like the rating system, I have a hard time believing in a company that uses that, which is not, to me, that's just not. It's good. I can't. You know, I just find it really hard to believe in a company like that. The way that they handle drivers firsthand, I can't. You know, I don't want to say it's an emotional thing.
Yes,
but it probably is. You know what I'm saying? It has a little bit of an emotional factor in it, but it's like I just can't. I feel like you see when you do to a person, and you do when you do. Look at Uber.
Yeah.
Look at how everything flipped on Uber.
Yeah.
Right? Rideshare been protesting, strike after strike after strike, and then eventually things came to a head, and then boom. Now Uber is you know, going through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just because of the pandemic, but Uber's going through it. You know, especially with rideshare. Lyft don't have a food delivery service.
No, they don't.
But Lyft, I don't know anything about Lyft, but you know, I'm guessing that they're still doing their thing.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're probably not as busy as Uber.
So I feel like, you know, if you do to a person, eventually that person gonna do to you. And that's not good for business. From my end, I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but let me try to break it down just in case you don't. If I look at DoorDash and I see all these DoorDash videos of, you know, drivers doing dumb sugar honey iced tea, eating people's food, walking up to the door, doing all of this stuff, that's bad for business.
Yes, it is.
You hurting the company, right? And that company is constantly in on social media of a driver doing something. That's bad for business. I can't, even if they're growing, I can't invest in that. And I feel like that is happening because of how a driver is feeling that they're being treated by that company.
Yeah, the frustration.
So I cannot invest. I find it hard to invest in that. I can't. I don't like that. That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of these apps, they just think on the corporate level and what's best for the company and what's best for them at the corporate level. And the hard workers, such as the drivers, the shoppers, they don't consider that. And, they forget that without us, that they wouldn't have a company. Yeah. So they just have to be mindful of certain things. But that's how any corporate business is. They always think about what's best for the corporation and the people at the top. But the little people at the bottom that make it all possible are treated so unfairly and are not even considered. Yeah. And we go out here every day risking our lives, going into the stores to shop, driving. You never know what could happen. Going to make deliveries, all kind of things could pop off. So it's just a lot of things they should keep in mind. And they know that, but they just don't consider it. Yeah.
So, that's just my take on it. You don't have to, agree with what I said. I just can't invest in a company that makes a driver feel like they need to do what they do that, that's posted all over social media. I can't invest in that. That's bad for business. And as far as the injury protection goes, Rideshare Lisa did open up my mind just a little bit. Not saying that I'm just going to completely walk away from the opting in, but I'm just going to look at it a little bit from instead of just looking at it the way I was looking at it, I'm going to look at it from a different angle now. And I'm going to look for certain things that I wasn't looking for before I made the decision or the possible opting in decision. So with that said, family, I think we covered enough. We talked enough. Well, I did a lot of talking. She was just chilling.
I was listening and providing information and feedback, but of course, I don't do the food app, so I'm listening and learning.
So you just wanted to talk about this Instacart. What's this thing about Instacart? I don't have the picture.
Oh, okay then. So no, I was just saying, I saw something online where 2 Instacart shoppers who I guess had the bot, and they had 2 different phones, and someone got close to them. Another Instacart shopper got close to them, and they was able to see that they had over 100 batches that they could choose from. And the manager at Publix said they had been shopping there since early morning. So, still the bot continues to be an issue, and that's why people are still struggling to get batches from Instacart. So it was sad.
Do you think do you think to avoid the bots, a driver should drive to another area compared to the area that they're used to working?
Maybe so, if you're able to do that, because I hear some areas are not affected as much as others. So, like I know in Boca area and certain areas, it's not as bad. So, if you're able to make that drive, then definitely.
Okay. So, family, if you're still struggling with the whole Instacart thing, the only suggestion I got is just, try another area or just completely leave the app alone because they're not doing anything about it. And don't think they're going to do anything about it anytime soon.
No, because at the end of the day, they're still making their money because the orders are being shopped, so it's not affecting them.
And in this situation where she spoke about, that specific store saw that couple there all day.
Yeah, they had been shopping all day to coming and leaving, both of them.
All day long. So, I'm never going to tell you to invest in, but,
everybody, I guess, has to do what's best for them.
They got to do what's best for them, right? So, Instacart, if that's your app, you might have to find something else or do your own thing. I'd rather you do your own. I'd rather you, not even go through Dumpling. I'd rather you go ahead, knock door to door, do your own little social media marketing. I know a lot of you get you probably get intimidated by all that stuff, but I'd rather you do that instead of relying on an app, but it's not for everybody. And growth can be slow, So you do what's best for you. We love you regardless, okay? And thank you for tuning in to another Gig App Life podcast. Any last words, Mrs. Julia?
No, like I always say, guys, just continue to be safe out there. Take care of yourselves and keep your head up.
Yeah. So, with that said, I think we rambled enough. I rambled enough.
I did too.
Next stream, we're gonna have to switch seats. I'm gonna switch the image too. I'm gonna be on your side. They won't be able to see me, right? I'm gonna create my own emoji, right? They won't be able to see me, but you're gonna take over the stream.
Yeah, right.
Double M wanted to call in, but unfortunately, Double M, I'm sorry, lines closed. It's way past our bedtime, and we really got to start ending these live streams at 11 or a little after 11, because we now have kids in school, right? And our weeks are a lot more hectic.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
We have a kindergartner, and we have
a high schooler.
A high schooler, and everything is virtual. If y'all don't understand that life, get you some kids that got to do some virtual. Right? It's a lot more hectic on us, so we got to end these live streams. I will try at 11 on the dot, but I understand sometimes it go past 11, but can't take any more calls, Double M. So you got to beat them to the punch next time. All right, next Friday. All right, got to beat them to the punch. Keep it on speed dial, Double M. But we'll see y'all in the next version of this podcast, the next episode. All right.
All righty. Good night.
Have a good one, y'all. My energy is going down. I'm getting even more tired than I was. All right. Deuces. I said deuces. I ain't put up the deuces. I'm tired for real. Deuces.